I saw, I talked to somebody in Washington yesterday that is, bringing forth some of these documents on, the different people that we're watching in the news now. And they said that the problem is there's just not enough U.S. attorneys. And the Senate's just not doing their job. There's a huge backlog. And so there's, when Pam Bondi or somebody goes to prosecute somebody, she can't hand it off to somebody that she trusts because we don't have the attorneys that Trump is looking to put in place. True, and how much of a role is that playing?
The problem is the blue slip. I don't know how familiar your audience is with it, but the Senate, by rule and tradition, not by law, have set up a system where they get to be kings of their state. So in the blue states, nobody can be a judge and nobody can be a U.S. attorney unless the hometown senators sign off on them. That's the blue slip process in the United States Senate. This keeps the president from having his people in office. I'm in on an interim basis. I have a 120-day expiration on my appointment, which expires on the 30th.
Jeez.
There is no appetite, apparently, in the U.S. Senate to change this rule, and there's certainly no world in which Adam Schiff and Senator Padilla are going to agree to my nomination. So today, Alina Habba, her fate will be decided up in New Jersey. There's a process where the judges can confirm us as U.S. attorneys. They have basically signaled en masse they're not going to confirm any Trump U.S. attorneys. So we're going to see what happens.
Gosh.
We're going to see what happens here very soon. But at the end of the day, the president has to have his prosecutors in place. This is the executive branch, and he won the election. So these are some of the challenges that we're up against here at the DOJ.
When did this blue slip thing happen? I've never even heard of that.
Oh, the blue slip's been around forever, and no, it's been around since I think it's over 100 years or something. But this is how the Senate works. This is how senators get to be influential in their state. So district court judges and U.S. attorneys are subject to the blue slip.
Wow, that's not right. If your state is corrupt, your senators will. I mean, your senators will be corrupt. They're not going to. Well, I mean, that's insane.
Well, one of my senators tried to rush at the Secretary of State, if you recall, or Secretary of Homeland Security.
Yeah.
At one of our press conferences.
Right.
That's one of our senators.
Where is that? What's happening with that?
He was not arrested. He was detained, and I think that's the end of it.
Do you ever get to the point to where you're like, no, this is going to change?
No, I do have hope. Look, this was such a consequential election, and the president ran and had such a mandate on his reforms and what he wants to do. And look, this is how they win, Glenn. They've entrenched themselves into the system with all these rules and tricks and stuff. And so we just got to outwork them and outfight them. And I'm not willing to give up on our country.
Good for you.
That's the alternative.
Bill,
giving up.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Your term is up at the end of this month?
Potentially. We've got some tricks up our sleeves.